welcome to Vice episode 50. We hit 50. Okay, so as always, I'm your co-host Bobby Bearhart, and with me is
Jason Elliott. Quiet those dogs down, man.
I know. There we go. All right. So they didn't like the noisemaker. They didn't like the celebration. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We're back with 2021. 2020 is done, and so let's get on with our reviews and a best of 2020. All right. So, um, last month we got Wonder Woman 84. We're gonna start off with our review of that, and I'm giving it a B minus.
Yeah, I'd probably give it that too. Not as good as the first. The script was kind of disjointed. The story kind of, was good, but I mean, it was just a little disjointed. Everybody gave a great performance. The person that I was surprised with and impressed with the most was Kristen Wiig. How she just played a evil character. Because usually she's in these comedies, where she's down on her luck, and you've seen her on Saturday Night Live, and she had a movie with Bill Hader, where she, did like
Skeleton
it was
Twins.
like a dramedy.
Yeah.
What's that?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, Pedro Pascal, he's having a great year. I mean, he did wonders as Maxwell Lord. I was even wondering if they were going to go the route that they did. I think it was for Infinite Crisis, where Wonder Woman breaks his neck.
It was I think it was Infinite Crisis. No, not Infinite Crisis. No, it was Infinite Crisis. Yeah, where he breaks it.
Yeah, like at the beginning that sets things in motion.
Yeah.
And yeah, the thing is, but they didn't go that route. I mean, he, kind of redeems himself, at the end, and
right.
They left it ambiguous with Cheetah. They said that, Patty Jenkins said she's going to be back. So I hope, that she does come back. I mean, maybe she'll get her powers, the old fashioned way like she did in the comics.
Right. So, Kristen Wiig was absolutely fantastic. I thought she did an amazing job. There was a meme going around like how you can separate how you costume design a bad guy. You make him geeky with like glasses, and you take the glasses off, and they're the bad guy. Pedro Pascal was great as Maxwell Lord. I wish they would have kept with him being a telepath, and not the whole wish thing. I wish because remember in the books, Maxwell Lord can control you, but he gets a nosebleed, and that's why Wonder Woman kills him is because he takes control of Superman. I there was a lot that I liked. For me, it was almost like just not as bad as Justice League, but there were parts that were awesome. I loved the Invisible Jet. I loved.
Oh yeah, that was great.
There were parts that I liked, but on the whole, I felt it had the same problem that Spider-Man 3 had, where it's two movies smashed into one.
Yeah, you got two villains.
Yeah,
and a lot of times you can do that.
If you do that poorly,
it's a mess. Well, like Batman Returns. Batman Returns was very good. Had two villains. And they learned how to give each their screen time because you already have Batman set up.
Right.
So instead of one villain, he has two to really think about. Yeah, and the Spider-Man 3 is supposed to be a Sandman story, and then they shoehorned in Venom.
And I felt this should have been a cheat. I felt this should have been a Maxwell Lord story where Cheetah was set up at the end.
Yeah. And the thing is, because like she says, I want to be an apex predator. Da, 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 da. I mean, I would have kept her nerdy for the entire movie, and then have her quietly develop, a backbone.
Right. Well,
and then like when she's helping them, she kind of wants a wish or whatever, but she doesn't take it. Where she doesn't take the opportunity to wish herself into an apex predator, and then like at the end. She's just like, her, because the thing is, she's already been Cheetah now. Well, and then it's kind of like, it was kind of like a cheap way. Oh, I want to be this, boom, and then, but I would have liked it to be more organic, I guess what I'm saying.
I didn't do my research, but I feel that in the book, she is Cheetah, then loses her powers, then gains them again through a set of gods, I believe.
I think that's what it is too.
So I think
Well,
we've
that's
got,
what I was hearing.
yeah,
I mean,
I
because
think they can set up the fact that, I mean, this is the same universe where you've got Shazam, you've got Black Adam, you have a variety of ancient gods. You can go that route. And I do know that Patty Jenkins
yeah,
and Gal Gadot both have said um, that they want to set part three in modern
in the
times.
present day.
Yes, I feel the consensus is either you liked it or you hated it. Not, I
Yeah,
haven't seen a lot of people like I've seen some people like love it, and that's fine. I mean, but I feel,
to each their own.
well, and I also feel that a lot of this movie, for me, feels a lot like Richard Donner's Superman.
Hmm.
Two great,
It has a sense of wonder.
well, it has a great sense of wonder. But two good first acts, and then falls, like, just unravels in the third act.
Yeah.
Which, I love Superman, but when you watch that, you really remember the first two acts, and you kind of forget the fact that, the third act is like, eh.
Well, it's just like Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Well,
That was a great 30 minute or a great 20 minutes, and the rest was shit. So
yeah. I mean, well, not X-Men Origins. I'm talking about the Wolverine, the one where he goes to Japan.
from beginning to end, I liked it. I didn't. The third act didn't bother me.
The third, the thing that bothered me in the third act was the whole Silver Samurai, the big armored suit. I was
Okay,
just like,
that I'll give you.
it gets silly. It
That
takes
it
you
does
out.
get, it
I
gets
mean,
a like that gets a little silly, but I still, I mean, I would have loved, you know, just like a silver, like, Shogun warrior type.
yeah. Well, the guy who he fought in the dojo, if he would have fought him in the silver armor
Oh, that would have
and
been
then killed
amazing.
him,
Yes.
yeah, that would have been cool. I mean, because the thing is, it kept that movie grounded. Then
Hmm.
all of a sudden, it was like the old man was trying to get the elixir of youth, you
Yeah.
know. So I'm just like, okay. And then he fights in that big mech suit. I'm like, no.
That I'll give you. That I'll give you. That I'll give you. All right. So consensus B minus.
Yeah.
At some parts it does dip down to C plus, but overall, like, it's an enjoyable film. Um.
And I think and then here's the thing: for a movie that came out online and in theaters, is crossing $100 million worldwide,
Yeah.
which I'm glad it did. It was a nice little distraction for the shitty year that was 2020. And I applaud Patty Jenkins, and her skills as a filmmaker. I can't wait to see what she does with Rogue Squadron.
That, yeah, I can't wait for that. All right, and then I did watch Pixar's Soul, and I mean, Pixar just doesn't do wrong.
Cars 2.
I mean, Cars 2 and 3. I mean, The Good Dinosaur was cute.
What
Um,
was car? They made a 3 of Cars.
yeah.
Hmm. Where was
Um,
I? Oh,
um,
I didn't see it. I haven't even seen the first one, so I need to go back and watch that one.
um, but no, it's a great film. Uh,
Yeah.
and there was some, like, I think a little, like, not backlash, but there's a part where, so the whole premise is Jamie Foxx plays a music teacher who finally gets his big break, and he dies.
And he falls in the manhole cover. Yeah.
Yeah, he falls in my manhole cover, dies, but he's not supposed to die. And he doesn't go to heaven. He goes to, like, purgatory, where he's supposed to train an unborn soul, right? And they get thrown
If
back
he,
to Earth, and he ends up in his cat, and she ends up in him. And Jamie Foxx plays music teacher. Tina Fey plays the unborn soul. And there are parts where, when Tina Fey is speaking as the black man, and people are like, they probably should have had Jamie Foxx do that voice. I get that,
yeah.
especially after this year. That might have been like a misstep, but overall, it does show, like, what makes us want to live, like, what makes us passionate.
Yeah.
And it was funny. I At the end of the movie, I want the soundtrack, because it's just very, oh god, the band leader for the Stephen Colbert Show, which I can't think of his name right now, and Trent Reznor.
Yeah. I heard Trent Reznor.
Very jazzy, but it's beautiful.
Yeah,
And so,
and Trent Reznor did the music to Social Network.
yeah, he's a great composer. I mean, it's not shocking
Oh
because
yeah.
Nine Inch Nails, but
Well, I mean, and you got to see them in concert if you haven't.
to what?
You got to see Nine Inch Nails in concert
Oh, I know,
if
I
you
know.
haven't.
But by the end of
Mm.
the movie, like even more so with Wonder Woman 84, I found myself just smiling. Like and it's a very reassuring. Like I don't want to say reassuring, but after the shitty year that was 2020, it was
Yeah.
nice to end it like just smiling, just being happy watching a movie.
Yeah. I mean, and that's how I ended it too. I mean, the thing is, I mean, we still got 2021. We still got a long way to go back to normalcy.
Sure.
Everybody thinks that, with this vaccine here, and the vaccine is slow to roll out.
Oh yeah.
And did you hear? And the thing is, I don't want to dampen, your spirits, or try to shit on your parade with what you're saying, but I mean, you just have to think realistically here because a lady got COVID again
After
after
yeah.
receiving the vaccine.
Well, here's and here's the thing. Like yeah, like it's phase one of the vaccine. We're not gonna be like normal for another year. Like, we have a new
Yeah.
strain of it. Like just because 2020 is over does not mean we're like everything's back to normal. Like I think people like need
Hey,
to, I think people need to get that over
20,
that mindset. It's gonna be a while.
2021 could be Shawn Michaels kicking Marty Jannetty in the face.
Well, I mean, I have friends tweeting that hey, Mad Max took place in 2021. I'm like, all right, so all right.
Yeah.
Um, but I
I don't
definitely
think you're
give
going to get that guy.
I definitely give Soul A minus B plus, but more towards A minus. It was like any and I like I don't really care, but if you end a movie and you're just smiling and you're feeling good, I think anytime you can find happiness, take it.
Yeah.
Take it. All right. So there's that. So let's go to movie news. Movie news. The Flash is reportedly going to start
Going to
filming
start
in
in April.
April.
This movie should have been out by now.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They kept pushing it back, and they were saying that like there was some drama behind the scenes with Ezra Miller and the directors that he would want to do his own story, and they want to do their own story. So I guess they settled on Flashpoint.
Right.
So we're gonna see Michael Keaton come back as Batman. I would love to
Affleck is
see
Batman.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I would have loved to have seen Jeffrey Dean Morgan as a Batman.
I would have liked him seen him as Thomas Wayne, but I think we're pushing it with two. Apparently, so
Affleck,
Justice
Affleck
League Snyder
is
Cut,
coming,
huh?
and then Affleck is coming back as Batman for
Yeah,
the
Affleck's
movie
coming
too.
back. I think two Batman
That's
is
enough.
good.
I mean, if we see like a little cameo or something like that, it's like a little short scene between them. I mean, that can be is as long as I guess because Flashpoint was all about, I guess, him going back, the Flash going back and I guess, to a reality where Bruce was dead and Thomas took up the mantle of Batman.
no, what happened? Did you read Flashpoint?
It's been a long time. It's been like 8 years, man.
Right. So in Flashpoint, Barry Allen goes back and saves his mom. So he's never
That's right. And
born.
that's uh
I mean, not born.
okay.
He's never the Flash. So Bruce Wayne does get killed. Thomas Wayne becomes Batman. Martha Wayne becomes the Joker, and somehow Superman doesn't get found out by the Kents. I don't know how that happened. Um,
Yeah.
but
It's just an alternate reality.
Wonder Woman kills Mara and starts the Atlantean Amazonian War,
War, yeah.
where she kills Lois Lane. And Steve Trevor. Uh,
That's right. I mean, I was kind of, the thing is, I don't really think. I see. I did read it, but I was a bit hazy because I remember when I was reading Flashpoint, I was actually at my office. It was back here in 2011 when it came out.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I remember where I was working. I was working at a place. It was a surveying and mapping company, off of by Greenspoint. And the thing is, the day I was reading it, I got fired. So that's kind of like why I'm so
Oh well,
hazy on
yeah,
it.
that makes sense. So that's finally starting. However, Ray Fisher had the ongoing saga. He says he will not film any DC films under DC president Walter Hamada.
Hamada. Yeah.
So
Ugh. Well, I guess he's done then.
yeah, I guess he's done.
And it sucks because we'll never get to see what he could have done with the cyborg. I mean, we saw it in Justice League, but I want to see further adventures of him.
Well, now, so here's where I think they're gonna take the Flash and use Flashpoint, in the fact that uh from what I've been reading, and granted, take this with a grain of salt. Who I don't know who's where they're getting this information, but Warner Brothers isn't too like thrilled with the Snyder cut, and so we won't be getting any more Zack Snyder, but any more Zack Snyder films. However,
Well, from the DCEU, right?
right, right. But apparently, HBO Max does want 2 DC films a year. So we might still get Batman versus Deathstroke. Like people still want it because
I
people
hope so,
love
man.
but one of the main draws of Justice League was Ben Affleck as Batman. He was a good Batman and a great Bruce Wayne.
No, no, no. He was a great Batman. He was
He
great.
was. He was.
Here,
I
let
I,
me
I
tell
put him.
let me tell you. What's that?
I put him
I
up there
would
with
put
Michael
him in the
Keaton.
top 5 of Batman. I mean, I'd even put Kevin Conroy in there too. But I mean, but we're not talking about cellular. I mean, we're not talking about animated. But his portrayal. If you're talking about
Yeah.
portrayal of the Batman, you have to put him up there. But maybe even number 1. But I thought Ben Affleck was a very, very excellent Batman. The movies failed him.
Yeah, agreed.
I
I
mean,
agreed. But
he was in a bad Justice League, Batman versus Superman.
I like
I don't think
BVS.
that
I
movie
like
should have happened.
BVS.
I like parts of it. I like parts of it, but especially when they showed the introduction to Batman and
Yes.
he's moving around like a monster.
Yeah, I
I
love
mean,
that.
it's like a horror movie. And so I was like, that's a pretty cool introduction. Shows like the mythological and kind of like, the fearfulness,
Yeah.
that he can portray that, people have of him. But yeah, I mean, I would see Batman versus Deathstroke too. And Joel, what's his name?
Manuel.
Manganiello.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he even said, he was ready. He was all primed and ready for it. I hope he gets another stab at it. And I mean, look, Ben Affleck can still do it.
Oh yeah.
I think he should do
Same.
it. I mean, so hey, let's get it.
Yeah. Now, from DC, we jump to Marvel. Apparently, there is a mystery movie being filmed between was it Doctor Strange 2 and Black Panther 2. Apparently, like they don't. I'm gonna guess it's Fantastic Four,
I'm gonna guess that too. Either that or our movie.
right? Um,
But
I don't.
yeah,
I don't see them doing. I don't see Deadpool 3 just yet, and I don't see X Men because
no, they're gonna take their time.
Kevin Feige said no X Men before 2025.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He wants well, look at it this way. How long between X-Men 3 and First Class was it? There's a few
Let's
years.
see, maybe 2011, 2012,
When did X-Men 3 come out?
2006.
Yeah. So
So it had
yeah,
to
it
been
was
like
6 years.
2011, 2012, I guess.
No, it had to be earlier than that because I was still living in Austin.
So
I think
2009 maybe.
yeah, I think First Class came out in '09.
Well, I remember seeing it in theaters, so it was because I remember I saw it with my friend Dwayne,
Yeah, I saw
and
it.
it was 2010. I think it was 2010. It
It might have been
was either 2010 or 2011.
it was I think then if anything it'd be 2010 or 2009
Yeah.
because I saw it at the theater over there on 35 and
The
290.
Galaxy.
Yes, Galaxy.
Yeah, I saw Spider-Man 2 there with a friend of mine. No, it had to have been 2010 because I remember I saw it with my friend Dwayne. We saw it over at the Silverado 19. So it's 2010, 2011,
It might have been
and
2010 because I was still living in Austin for half that year.
hmm. But yeah, I mean, but still, I mean, it was still kind of a few years between.
Oh yeah, I
So
mean,
yeah, I mean, the
I
thing
think
is, Kevin Feige is not one to rush things,
no,
and let's hope he's there, to guide
he
the
will.
X-Men
I think
ship.
I don't think Kevin
They
Feige is
have to.
going anywhere.
No, and I tell you what, I hope that they keep him happy and treat him well because you don't want a Jack Kirby situation.
No, no.
Where he goes over and helps DC. Because I tell you what, he would do wonders for
Oh
DC.
man, Kevin Feige would wreck shop at DC.
But see, I don't get why Jeff Johns is having such a tough time. That's what I don't get. I mean, he knows these characters in and out.
I think it's the fact that maybe Jeff Johns is a better writer than he is,
A producer, screenwriter.
producer. Yeah.
Well,
So,
maybe he should be like the god, like a guiding force,
dude, he
and tell him,
was
hey,
a
don't
guiding
do
force in
this, don't
Green
do that.
Lantern.
Yeah, that's true, and that
And
movie
look at
sucked.
that.
My mom
He
likes
wrote
that movie.
he wrote the seminal Green Lantern run for me. He wrote a fantastic Green Lantern run, helped on
Hmm.
the movie, and the movie was crap.
Yeah, my mom likes that movie too.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Now speaking of Marvel movies, okay, so people have been kind of like questioning about the Eternals. We got a much better picture of Richard Madden's Icarus costume from
From his
his
action
action
figure.
figure, from the Marvel Legends figure. And people have been questioning whether or not these will be peg warmers. I don't know. People thought Guardians of the Galaxy was gonna be a crap movie, and look how what it turned out to be.
Well, because it's C-list characters that nobody had ever heard of or even
Exactly,
given a shit about.
exactly. So now we're dealing with the Eternals and Black Knight, who, all right,
The only way that I knew who Black Knight was because of that Avengers Alliance game on Facebook.
dude. I mean, I've known about Black Knight for a while, but I didn't really care about him. I wish I'd have gotten his figure. I should have bought his figure. His figure is like expensive as hell now and it's badass. But the costume looks very, very Jack Kirby-ish and looks awesome. I love it. So I'm very excited about that. And then finally, just to kind of wrap some things up real quick. Richard Donner is coming out of retirement. I didn't know he retired. To do
To
the
do Lethal
final
Weapon.
Lethal Weapon. He's gonna finish.
Hmm.
He's gonna finish the story.
Okay.
So cool. I mean, I liked four. That was what 15 years
I
ago.
didn't mind it. That was the one with
Jet Li.
Jet Li, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought four ended perfectly, but apparently they're gonna do a five because he feels he has one more story in him. So
Well, I would say come out of retirement to direct Goonies too.
that's one that needs to be done over Lethal Weapon 5. And then finally, Resident Evil movie reboot has finished filming. So
Good.
cool. I don't know. Um,
I mean, hopefully it's more like the games, and I've heard it is.
okay. All right. Jumping from movies to TV. God, who is the new Doctor?
Oh, Jodie Whittaker. She was in
Jodie
Attack the
Whittaker.
Block with John Boyega.
She's
She's
what?
leaving.
She's leaving after this season.
Yeah. Yeah, she was in Attack the Block with John Boyega.
Really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So she said that she's gonna do one more season. It'll be season 3, following in the footsteps of other doctors. David Tennant, Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi all did 3. David Tennant kind of like got around that by doing movies,
Specials, yeah, the
specials, but
holiday
he
special.
did 3 seasons. 3 solid seasons. And
Christopher Eccleston only did one season.
yeah, he only did 1. So he did 1.
Yeah, his grumpy ass only did one season.
I'm actually watching. I started over, and I never watched that.
Oh, on HBO Max.
Yeah. So I watched like half of Tenet. I watched all of Matt Smith. I need to watch Capaldi and Jodie Whittaker. So yeah,
Capaldi's awesome.
that's what I've heard. So I'm going back. I'm starting over again with Eccleston. It's kind of rough. I won't lie, but it's still fun. It's still the Doctor.
Yeah, I mean he's more intense kind of.
Oh yeah.
Not a playful one.
No. But what's funny is when I was up in Austin for after Christmas, they had Doctor Who marathons on BBC America leading up to the New Year's Eve special. And I won't lie, I love David Tennant's Doctor. He got me on Doctor Who. He's my doctor. Uh but Matt Smith brought something to that character.
Yeah.
And someone said it best, he's all fun and games, but you can tell the anger is like right beneath the surface with the Doctor. Because he's always just like that little the inch where he feels he can be, and that's why he has the companions to kind of ground him in humanity. But that Matt Smith always had that little, and it was just he was so good at it. Which he's actually gonna be in House of Dragons. So I think he's one of the Targaryens. Fans are trying to get the Spectacular Spider-Man revived on Disney Plus. I never
Greg
watched
Wiseman has. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Oh man, I have it on Blu-ray.
I've
I
got
never
I've
knew
got it
that you were
I've got
deprived.
I've got it in my list to watch on Disney Plus. I'm watching Avengers Assemble right now.
Oh, it's on Disney. That's right. It is on Disney Plus. Well, watch it. Very, very good. It didn't survive the whole WBCW conversion,
Mm,
much
okay.
like a lot of shows.
Right.
Greg Wiseman, the great Greg Wiseman, who was just an awesome hell of a guy, and he's already put to rest that it's not coming back. He said what happened is Sony owns the rights to the character, but Disney also owns the right to it too. So Sony owns like the TV, movie, and all that kind of stuff, while
Gotcha.
Disney just owns the intellectual property. So he said that trying to get all that legal wrangling and shit is not really going to be conducive to getting that show back on the air. He said it
Gotcha.
would take too long.
Well, that sucks. Um, no, Kevin Feige did say that if everything goes to plan, you will have a Marvel property every week on Disney Plus in 2021. Because
Yeah, because the thing is, they had to push everything back.
yeah, because you got WandaVision, and then you've got Winter Soldier and Falcon, then you've got Loki, uh,
Hmm.
then you'll have
Right, She-Hulk,
She-Hulk.
and
Now the
then
She-Hulk will only be 6 episodes.
they
Uh,
said more. It said more than 6 episodes.
oh, more?
Yeah, more than six.
Okay, good. You know what? Here's the thing. I don't
Maybe about 8 to 10. I
eight to
mean,
ten. I think Mandalorian has shown that that's great. Like 8 to 10, make them concise, make them tight. Now, uh, January 15th, we will get WandaVision, which it looks like it's going to be absolutely fantastic.
we'll get that in 12 days. Yeah.
Yep, and then we get Winter Soldier and Falcon in March, just in time for my birthday, and then Loki comes out what August, I think.
Yeah.
So, now, uh,
Then we
while
got Hawkeye coming too.
and Hawkeye, yes, which I think comes out in December.
Yeah.
Now that all being said, real quick, jumping on to HBO Max, Batgirl and Static Shock will be HBO Max exclusives. So I
Mm.
don't know where else they'd be. I mean,
The smaller properties. Static Shock had that great animated run.
mm-hmm.
And so the thing is, so those movies, Michael B. Jordan will be producing
Yeah,
Static Shock. By the way, they didn't say he was going to be starring it. I think he's a little too old for
he's
it
so
anyway.
you need a good teenager, or
Yeah,
you know what?
someone like
Who you
18.
gonna?
Yeah, just someone who's like 18, 19.
I would go a little younger. I would get the kid from Stranger Things.
Caleb Landry. Caleb something. But I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah,
he would be good.
he'd be a great Static Shock. I mean, he's great in Stranger Things. I think he'd be a fantastic Static Shock. I think he's a really good up and coming young actor. Now back to Disney Plus. Uh, Mandalorian. We haven't we kind of took December off. We had like a little episode at the beginning, right after Thanksgiving. We didn't cover Mandalorian. The end Mandalorian season 2 just took season 1 and just like expanded on everything, just made it better. I mean,
Yeah, it was almost like season one is like the man with no name or a lone wolf and cub.
yep,
And so he was like going around, kind of getting in adventures like a space western. And so this one really kind of ups the ante because like now, you kind of, I guess it was kind of getting to that point where you're finding out more about who the Mandalorian is. you
not only
know and
that,
and
I mean, yes, you're 100% right on that, but like Mandalorian, always feel like that's the joke. Like it's the side quest. It's nothing but a side quest. Like you have a main storyline,
yeah,
but you're constantly doing the side quests. Um,
yeah,
but this one, I mean, God, Bryce Dallas Howard, Robert Rodriguez, Peyton Reed, John Favreau, David Filoni, and every episode it felt like fan service without fan service. And I think that's what
yeah.
makes it.
That
Oh,
last episode.
but I mean, before we even get to the last episode, I mean, Ahsoka Tano, uh, Bo, Bo
Bo-Katan.
Katan, Um, you
Cobb,
what's up?
Timothy Olsen.
Oh,
You
Timothy,
know, it's Cobb.
Boba Fett. I mean, then you have Luke. And here and let's be real here. When that episode came out, I had to go to work that day. I woke up at 4 in the morning because I usually get up a little early before work. My phone is like blowing up from a buddy of mine. I'll give him a shout out here, Kevin Bush. Um, message me. He goes, "Do not get on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter until you watch Mandalorian. Trust me, you will be blown away." All right. So I get up. I was actually late to work by like a few minutes. I didn't give a shit. Get up, watch Mandalorian. I'm like, this is amazing. Like, they're storming, everything. This is amazing, right? And when I saw the lone X-wing, I thought it was either Ahsoka Tano or like one of the other X-wing fighters that have been like following, him around. I'm like, but then I'm like, it couldn't be, could it? Like, it couldn't be. They couldn't have brought Luke back, really. And then you see the cloak, and you're like, oh shit.
I
And
thought
then
that was Ezra. I thought that could have been like Ezra or
that would have been,
somebody else.
and if they'd gone that route, that'd have been badass too. But here's the thing: when you saw the green lightsaber, it was like my mouth dropped, and I had to like be like ah quietly, so I don't wake up, Ashley. And someone made a really good point. This is Luke in his prime, like
Yeah,
prime Jedi Luke. So when you see, and you also see like his hood, like kind of like covering his eyes, he's not even looking at it. It's all force.
yeah.
He's force crushing him. I mean, he's just like without even looking, like blocking blasts. I'm like, holy shit, this
This
is
was him at,
amazing.
the height of his powers.
The height of his, I mean, it was just so good. And then once
Now
again,
I would
Pedro Pascal,
okay.
when he takes off his helmet, like that got me. I was like, oh my god, this is so sad.
And the thing is, there's a point that people make that when the Jedi are not the focus, that's when they're used at their best.
Mm-hmm.
When they're just the side characters, or when other character where you see them through another character's eyes.
Well, it's true because we're watching this epitome of badassery, if you will. This epitome of just like holy shit through the lens, literally. You were literally watching it through the lens of their security feed, like uh, Moff Gideon and the Mandalorians are watching this Jedi who's enemy to both of them, just absolutely wreck shop. It's almost like this horror film of watching
Yeah,
like the boogeyman. And it's not
yeah.
just like
I mean,
it's
he's
not
wearing
even like,
black.
huh?
He's wearing black,
He's
and it's
he's
almost like it's a reverse scene of Rogue One. Remember at the end of Rogue One,
Yeah, and people
where
have made that super
Vader.
cut of like Vader and Luke, and
Yeah,
they're doing the same. Like the doors open, the lightsaber lights up, and you're just blocking everything. But you're watching it through a security lens, security camera, and you're watching this cloaked figure all in black with a lightsaber, and just like force crushing, throwing, and for Din Djarin, like it took him everything he had to just fight one. And here's
yeah.
one guy just like wrecking shop through a whole fleet of them, and then you're kind of going, "Holy shit!" That's all you can. That's all you can say. Like, "Holy shit!" And I don't curse on this show much, but come on, that I actually went back and watched that final 10 minutes again just to watch that. And second and third time viewing, you're like, "Damn!" That's all you can say.
Yeah.
That's all you can say. That being said, for everyone excited for season three will not come out until 2022. It is being pushed
But
back.
we get Book of Fett.
Yes, we get the Book of Boba. So here's what Dave Filoni said. Dave Filoni said that while you are watching the Book of Fett or Book of Boba, which will be him becoming a criminal crime boss on Tatooine, they will be filming Mandalorian season 3. So you won't miss much. You'll just get a new story while they set up Mandalorian. Now,
and and pretty
number
much, I mean, they said that Tamira Morrison is going to be in season 3 of The Mandalorian.
right, and so is Ming Na Wen. She will be also in the Bad Batch. She'll be doing the voice of her character. Now, another shout out to my buddy Ryan Scott, who
And he's Commander Cody's coming back for Obi-Wan, so Tamara Morrison will be in that.
really okay, and so is
Yeah,
Hayden Christensen. Now my buddy Ryan Scott, who writes for MovieWeb, made a really good point. Because Ryan is all about Star Wars and like writes about him quite a bit. Uh, that the Star Wars TV show is kind of following like everything else, the Marvel universe. You're having different TV shows coming to a big bad, and who is the big bad? Admiral Thrawn from Clone Wars. So, and
yeah,
we saw that
and from the Thrawn trilogy by Timothy Zahn.
exactly. So, when we saw that with the Ahsoka Tano episode where she has the like a empress, whatever she was. And he's like, "Where's Thrawn?" So that right there sets up like, okay, this will be the Thanos.
The building, yeah,
Yeah, they're building him
it's the
up.
building point.
So, and can I just also say that I love the fact that you had an episode this season that was clearly that was a Kurosawa, and then you had a clear spaghetti western, and you had a clear like World War II, great info like a Dirty Dozen type episode. I mean, they
Yeah,
really did a great job of like these
and
homages.
he had a heist episode too, like in Ocean's 11 with Bill
Yeah,
Burr as the guest star.
I was thinking that one as the Dirty Dozen one, but yeah, it's a heist one too. Sure, yeah. I mean, uh, I think that they just did both did they've all done amazing jobs, absolutely fantastic jobs. All right, so Mandalorian Book of Boba comes out December, and then Mandalorian season 3 comes out Pride 2022. So
I'm
gotta
gonna
wait on
say maybe late January, early February.
that. I think they'll go for like the same like October November release for
Hmm.
because it's a holiday. Let's be real here. Star Wars is a holiday release platform.
Used to be a summer release until 2015.
I remember episode 1. It was
Well, episode 1 was May of '99,
yeah,
then 2002 May, and then 2005 May. But Force Awakens
was
2015
Christmas,
was
which I
yeah.
think Star Wars works better as like a Christmas release.
You think so?
I
Hmm.
think I don't know why, it feels Christmassy. I don't know. All right, jumping off TV onto comic books, real quickly, and it's not that much, so we'll end this quickly. We're getting a new Spider-Man suit. Looks cool to me. Yeah, and then Boom Entertainment is
Bruce Wayne is,
huh?
and then Bruce Wayne is now a millionaire, not a billionaire. Can
Yes,
have access to all of resources.
which I dig. I like taking him back to more a street level.
Well, in having to use his brain more.
Well, because he doesn't have Alfred, and as much as I hate
Yeah,
Alfred being gone, um, it's interesting.
but he
Um,
has a person to be his Alfred now.
he's
He
got
has
Lucius.
another
He's
character.
got Lucius.
Well, that one, and it was another character who was like asking. I think it was another vigilante
Oh,
that's in Gotham.
yeah, it just got. Yeah, it was. He is going to be. It's not going to be his Alfred, but it's going to be someone that he bounces ideas off of, and it's someone
Yeah,
that he trained with when he was younger. And the whole thing was he would never come to Gotham, and Bruce would never go to any country he was in because they're too evenly matched. And I cannot think of the character name. It's a really cool like ghost the ghost something, but he wants vengeance as an art. He does vengeance as an art, the art of vengeance. And Batman, he always started as like a childish like vendetta. Like it's an art to vengeance, and Batman's like, no, I would just want to protect Gotham. And then Boom Entertainment, we are getting a new Firefly. God, the other one again.
with Zoe and what's his name's daughter.
Walsh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Watch. Yeah, it's their daughter. She's commanding the ship.
really. Okay, that'd be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.